I really had dialed in my diet as good as I possibly could. I knew what made me feel decent and what made me feel really bad, but I've never been thriving. I kind of gave up in a sense. I don't think diet can take me any further. Things are going to be changing a little bit on this channel, and I feel the desire to just sit down and share with you guys what's going on with me, where this channel is going to be going in the next while, and just kind of give you the raw, authentic update. I'm a holistic nutritionist and I have loved nutrition for a really long time. My passion has been waning and I'm still planning to talk about nutrition, but I just want to give you guys that authentic update that I feel like I need to get out for myself and just share what's been going on and where things are going to be going on here. Because I never want to come on here and put on a front and be like, yeah, everything's perfect, I'm totally better, and I never have issues. I often say in my videos, I've kind of dialed in my diet and I figured it out. And I would say that I had to the extent that I could. But I'm not going to lie, I don't feel well. And I don't want to sugarcoat things and just make you guys think everything's good. But I also don't want to be speaking that a lot. Like, I don't want to speak that over myself because words are powerful. And I don't want to come on here and be like, oh, I'm having such a crappy day and feeling, really bad. I want to be here to be a light to people and to be inspiring. So this video is just going to be a really raw, authentic update because I've felt like things have needed to change lately. And I've actually started following the carnivore diet. This is something that I've done before, and if you want to see a whole video on why I'm doing carnivore and how I'm doing it, comment carnivore and I'll get that video up for you guys. And I'm also filming a 30-day carnivore video where I share the day-to-day. So I've been doing little bits of filming for that every day, which has been fun to share just the real raw what I'm going through day-to-day. And I'm very much still in the transition period. Like I said, I really had dialed in my diet as good as I possibly could. And I really knew what made me feel decent and what made me feel really bad. But I never really felt better than just kind of okay. I've never been thriving. And I kind of, gave up in a sense and been like, I don't think diet can take me any further. I know that people heal fully following a paleo diet, which is what I've been following for years. People heal with changing their diet. It happens all the time. And I know it's possible, but I also know it's not everything. And there's many other factors. There's your lifestyle, how you're moving your body, if you're getting sunlight, how you're spending your time, and your habits, and all of those things that are impacting your health, your mindset, your thoughts, how you deal with just the day-to-day stressors of life. I really am a strong believer that your mental, emotional state and the things you've gone through and unforgiveness and anger and bitterness and resentment and those things that maybe you've been holding on to, that I was holding on to, those really shape your health on a physical level. There's just so much more to life than just your diet. And I kind of, oh, sorry guys, it's a day. I kind of gave up in a sense of trying different diets because I kind of tried them all. I've done paleo, which is what I do day to day. That's the one that has made me feel the most okay so far, which I love paleo. I think it's awesome. I think if someone was moving from a standard American diet to paleo, they would feel years ahead as far as healing. It would be amazing for people, and that's kind of what I've been talking about on my channel more. But yeah, for me, I've tried AIP, which is autoimmune paleo, which is super strict, and I know people that have done it that are like, wow, it changed my life. It didn't change mine. There were a lot of foods on that diet that didn't work for my system and actually caused a lot of issues. But not saying it doesn't work for people. I've also tried keto in the past. I did it for 30 days. I was very, very, very sick at this time. It just really, really didn't work for me at the time. So I kind of was a little bit scarred, I think, by the keto diet because I was also trying to work. I was newly sick. And we were in a moldy building and there was a lot of emotional stuff going on. It just didn't work for me. But anyway, I've tried many different diets. And recently I've been researching the carnivore diet. Again, I actually did the carnivore diet 2.5 years ago and it really changed me. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. It was really challenging. And there were actually external factors that made it a lot more difficult. Things that were just completely out of my control. There were two really big things that happened around the same time that I started the diet that made it extremely difficult. And I had insane cravings around my cycle. Things were just really out of whack, and there were external factors that made it a lot more difficult than it probably would have been. I had done it for 3 months, but I took small breaks between because every time I was about to get my period, the cravings were unreal, and I'm just like, could not continue. So I broke the carnivore diet twice in between those 3 months, but I did it 3 months total with about a week off in between. I felt so much better. In so many ways, I felt so much better. My gut, I feel like I healed my gut so much in that time. Like, years of healing happened in that 3-month period. But I didn't fully heal my gut. I also didn't continue with the carnivore diet. Yeah, I just wanted to say that it was extremely beneficial, but there were challenges. And I did come off of it because I just kind of felt like I didn't want to do it anymore. I told myself I would never do it again. When I came off the diet, I did not reintroduce foods properly, and I suffered for 2 months. I didn't really share this online at all. I didn't share it on my stories or on Instagram. That was kind of my main platform at the time. I didn't share how much I was suffering, but it was really hard because I brought in tons of foods at the same time. I couldn't hold back. I told myself I'm never doing this diet ever again. It was helpful, but the pain that happened after coming off of it, it's not for me. I'm never doing it again. Fast forward now, just to last week, for some reason it just kept coming to my mind. I'm a Christian and I believe that God leads us, and I was going on a walk and I was listening to a podcast, a message. I was just praying after, and then later that evening I just felt this sense of like, do I need to do the carnivore diet? God, are you telling me to do this diet? I said I never want to do this diet again, but I couldn't stop thinking about it all weekend. It was like nonstop. And usually when I can't stop thinking about something and I'm praying about it, let me just say that as a key factor, I'm usually supposed to do it. I made the decision to go back on the carnivore diet, and I've been on it for 6 days. And sorry, I'm still clearly not adapted. I don't have any cravings, which is awesome. It's just been really challenging to get fat adapted. I realized I was doing something very wrong, which I'm not going to share in this video, but I'll share it in future videos. So subscribe if you want to watch those. But I really was making a big mistake doing this diet a second time. I feel like I need to change my strategy. I need to change my approach to carnivore because it's not working the same way that it was before. So yeah, I'll share more about that in the future. Little cliffhanger. I'm excited to do this diet. I feel like it's gonna bring a lot of healing. Again, I'll talk more about the details of why I'm doing it in another video, but I've had very severe health challenges. So here I am, and it hasn't been easy, but I'm persevering through it, and I'm gonna change a couple things, and I'm believing it's gonna get better because I've seen so many testimonies of people recovering from autoimmune issues, chronic health issues they've had for years, sometimes decades, with carnivore. And like I said, I've done it all, and I've been on paleo for years, and it was good, but I realized that I could continue on with paleo and just keep getting by and doing the other things. I never want to discount other things like supplements and other therapies. I see a Showtie practitioner. I take supplements that are muscle tested for my body specifically. I've been seeing them for many years. They're great. I do acupuncture. I do therapy. I do red light therapy. I do a brain retraining practice called DNRS. I do a lot of things. Also, I think the most important thing is the faith aspect and being in the Word and speaking life and healing over your body and the scriptures over your body. I don't want to discount that because that's the biggest thing. But I do a lot of things, and I just feel like it was time to try something else. I'm not stopping anything. I'm continuing with everything else I'm doing. But yeah, I just felt like I needed to come on here and share this because I don't want people to see this channel and be like, oh man, she has it all together, when I really don't. And I also want to be real. I want to be authentic. And I think the reason I was kind of holding back in a lot of my videos, not gonna lie, anytime I film, I'm pushing through. I haven't felt as energetic as I look on camera. So yeah, I just feel like sometimes when I come on here, I'm like, okay, I just need to put on a good face and just film because I'm gonna help people, and people aren't gonna wanna watch me if I'm sad or going through a hard time. So I kind of struggle with that sometimes, and The reason I didn't want to share a lot of these things at times is because I wanted to launch an online course, a gut healing and burnout course for women. I have talked about it on my channel a little bit, that I was working on it. In January, I was like, all right, we're doing it. We're building the course. This has been a dream of mine for years, to build this course and to have this information for women to access whenever they need it and be able to have access to me whenever they need it without me having to put the one-on-one work in like I used to. I have not been working on a course. Even though I literally have the idea, I feel like I have the whole course ready to go in my brain, but anytime I started fleshing it out, it just didn't feel right. And again, with this video, I just feel like my direction is changing here, and maybe I'll lose some people, which is fine. I've talked about simplicity when it comes to nutrition, and I've never been in like an everything in moderation type of nutritionist. You can probably see that through my videos. I think some foods just shouldn't be eaten, but I definitely have talked more about simplifying. And carnivore diet, well, it's the most simplistic form of nutrition. I don't think it's necessarily what everybody wants to hear, and that's okay. And if you don't want to follow that journey, that's fine. But if you do want to follow my journey, I'd love to have you. And just know we're all on this healing journey together. I think that's everything I wanted to say. Hopefully I didn't just ramble for 20 minutes, but thank you guys for being here. I just appreciate every one of you that watches these videos, that likes, that comments. If you want to see carnivore content, comment carnivore below just so I know that people are on board with this. But yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens in the future. Thank you for being here as my channel evolves and as I change and grow and my interests change and grow. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in my next video, which will probably be a carnivore video. Okay, bye guys.